How's everybody's day going? I hope your day is going better than mine. Had a little bit of just needed a little bit of. My husband was an extra special husband today. Anyways, my husband had to do all of our running around today because,
we need this today.
hold on, let me make sure we're in the right one. Hey, the wrong Missy.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, this one's looking for us.
You got it?
Yeah.
In the right one?
Yeah. Anyways, marry a husband who is very supportive of bad and good days. I had an emotionally just kind of wanted to stay home, not go anywhere. So my husband went to the library and he went and returned the stuff that had to go back, and he stopped to grab something that he needed to get or we needed. But choose a man that understands. You don't always have all those moment days. And I was blessed to be able to have somebody that allows me to just stay home. Don't worry, I'll run and do the running around. So, good guy. I'm very, very blessed. But anyways, how's everybody? I almost said it, Joe. We're not allowed to say nervous, okay?
I'm afraid.
No, yes. Okay, you guys. It is very, 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 very good pie and crust and all that stuff. Yes, ma'am. I will do it right away. I will do it. I apologize for having to wait so long. I need her to keep me in check.
What happened?
She said, Mitten, can you do me a favor and just stop standing there? Hey, Tweety, we are doing the infamous. What, Joe? I didn't say the word. We're not allowed to say the N word. Okay? We're just saying.
Oh.
Now we just say. I'm more like me for my husband, because it's like I know how I get with baking.
We won't say.
I know how I get with you guys. So that's why I'm just like, oh my God.
It's been a long time since I made this.
So anyways, he's the one who's been wanting to make it. Has he not, Commander? Every night he's like, I want to show them. I want to make it for them. I want to make it for them. Oh my God, we matched.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know. When did you go put that on? You were shaving.
Yeah.
Did you do it on purpose?
Yeah.
No match.
Oh, no. I just put on something.
Stop.
We were just great minds.
He's too much,
Great
you guys.
minds.
Anyways, get started because it's getting sticky up in here.
There's so much to do.
You guys, it's going to be exciting.
All right, I'm going to try to keep it simple as possible
Okay,
to get through this. But there's just a lot to do, okay? So it is, you kind of get used to it, but there's a lot to do. So we're just going to dive in.
I don't ever do it.
This is apple pie.
I cook.
It's called honey apple pie.
I cook, he bakes.
It's not apple pie, honey. It's honey
Apple pie. I do the cooking. I make sure he's fed. And I'm a dessert. I'm a sweets eater.
That's right.
So he makes sure homegirl
She's
is
the dessert.
all set up.
She's the dessert.
Why are there tortillas here?
I don't know. They're in a bag.
Tortillas?
They're fresh.
And you know you have a Mexican house. Always tortillas turning
tortillas
up.
everywhere.
I know. Okay. I'll do Roca. He's literally doing it all, y'all. Look at his little mise pois. Una mise pois.
Trying over there. I got all that stuff set up for me,
Yes.
so I don't try not to keep the mess ups to a minimum.
We had one of our subs. She was blessed. She was given a rebate or a gift card or whatever. And she wanted to send the blessing to us because she figured we could use something for our cooking channel. So we want to thank KCG. She gave us, I think it was like $10 or $12 gift card for Walmart, but whatever it was, we were able to get some rolling pins. We were able to get this, and I think we got something else. It was a 3-pack of I showed them to you guys last night. There's 3 measuring
they're
cups.
They're beyond your reach.
3 measuring cups,
Oh, geez,
and the
shaking
rolling
my
pin.
stuff
Sorry.
What are you doing?
And
It's
I
all
think
lined
there
up
was
just right.
there was a third thing we got, but anyways, we got stuff for the.
Yeah, we got this.
We really try when people give us blessings to use them. Arthur, we try to use. Hey, Bebo, we try to use when they're donations. We really truthfully try to use them for things to make our channel for you guys, your experience better. So, anywho, here comes the.
Okay, we're gonna do this in a few stages because not a lot of room here in RV land.
RV land.
Yeah. So we're gonna do it in a couple stages. We're gonna get the dough all together. Then we're just gonna set it aside for a minute.
Ask them to get paper and pencil if they want it. Or
Yeah, paper and pencil if you want it. If you want to take notes. But first we're gonna make and incorporate everything for the pie crust. Okay. And then we're just going to set it aside for a second. It doesn't have to be set aside or anything like that, but we're just going to set it aside so I can make the filling and get that ready. And so then I'll come back and we'll finish and roll out the one pie crust for the bottom, put the pie filling in, and then roll out, set up again and roll out for the second, for the top of the crust to go on top. So that's kind of how it's going to go. So we're gonna start with the double crust, double crust.
I'm gonna turn off all the Wi-Fi. Go ahead and keep talking.
This dough will make enough just barely, but it makes enough for two full crusts, top and bottom.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
I was just making sure the Wi-Fi's
Okay.
on because somebody had said it was blurry.
It could be the. We'll just wipe that off. Here, let me get this. Let me wipe this off for y'all. Just. Fix this.
That too.
If you have heart issues or whatever, it may affect you. So,
My bad.
what are you doing? Now you're more nervous than I am.
Sorry.
What are you doing? You're turning off all the lights.
Okay.
No one can see me.
I'm sorry.
All right. You could go get pie crusts and make it a lot easier on yourself. The Pillsbury or whatever brand rolled up, get two of them.
How's it look, honey? I'm sorry.
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
just talking to the people.
Okay.
She had said it was
Oh, yeah.
paper sponge.
But, and it'll be perfect, you just lay it in and then cover it and pinch it together and you're done when you're making your pie. But I think making it yourself, with this recipe, it makes it's better. I think the pie crust that they get is a little denser, and it makes a difference. And but this pie crust turns out like perfect every time. Of course, but it usually turns out perfect every time. And the lightness of it, the flakiness of it, and the flavor of it is just. It's steps and bounds beyond the stuff you get, But the other stuff is good. You just, if you want to go through this, it's going to level it up even, higher than just going and buy your crust.
My mom bakes a lot, and and there's no shade to my mom. She does bake a lot, and she herself said that the crust literally melts on your.
Yeah, she
we were surprised. Just because my mom does bake all the time, and I've had my mom who bakes for years. For Thanksgiving, you guys, we have almost 15 to 17 desserts. Some are pies, some are bars, some are cakes. She asks every single family member what dessert they want. Every year, that's what she does for Thanksgiving.
Makes like 15 of them.
She'll make about
every year.
She'll make about 13 or 12 pies because that's how many people have different desires for pies. Then she makes. Somebody wants lemon bars. Someone wants 7-layer bars. Somebody wants a strawberry shortcake, a chocolate cream pie. Like there's so many desserts that are made. And my mom had this pie, and she said the pie crust is truly the best she's ever had. So it's not Joe's crust. It's not like Joe invented this. This actually was in the Better Homes and Garden back in like 1970. Oh, stop. It's a good crust.
Yeah, I
but
changed it a little tiny bit.
he tweaked it to what it works, and now,
But it's from like 1985.
yeah,
This
it's pretty cool. Freckle face, welcome,
It is
mama.
blurry.
Is that
As long as that's on.
okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna do roll
Get
call.
what
Joe's
you
gonna
get
start.
today.
Joe, start up.
Okay. You can
Hey,
do roll call.
Kimmy.
Go do your roll call.
Okay, Kimmy. Hey, yes, Commander. It's an oldie but goodie. Southern Girl Commander, freckle face. Let's see. Commander, grateful. You guys, I love all the names.
Yeah.
Steph, Kimmy, Dear Krabby. Love your Texas County Bear. We got that from Bucky's, Dear Krabby.
Oh yeah.
I almost said Mitten Mama. Come on, Yvonne.
I think we got this from Bucky's too.
Freckle face. Butterflies, thank you. I just
For
read
your
that.
hot
Thank you
pans
so much.
on the
Anything and everything you guys give us truly a blessing. We are not saying that in any means. I swear to you, $3, $2, $1. It truly is. It's like a $20 bill for us. It truly is. Well, we can buy ice. Our jug of water costs $2. We pay for our dispenser. You know what I mean? Like, everything is a grateful dollar to us.
Oh yeah.
Everything. This rolling pin, everything. There's things that we would love to have. A strainer. There's things like we're coming back. We're gonna get that.
Like a cutter.
So,
and this kind of stuff that
yeah,
don't
like we were
have.
gonna buy
That's okay.
the pastry paper or the pastry. I don't know. It's a plastic, silicone plastic thing for pie crust. But we didn't get it then. It's okay because we wanted
You
a
got more
measuring.
important things to do.
Yeah, we wanted a rolling pin, and we wanted. Oh, that's what the other thing was.
Oh, another thing
Our
is that once we're done
This is
making
from
everything and making the
KCG, you
pie,
guys.
goes in the oven for an hour. So we'll probably have to come back because
Yeah.
it's gonna, you know what I mean? Come back in an hour or so after we're done. When we first put it in there,
This is from
an hour
KCG,
from
guys.
then. So
This is what
come
she
back and show you the results.
she blessed us with a gift card, and we bought the rolling pin, the pie pan. That's kind of why we were waiting to make it, you guys, just to be truthful. We had waited all this month. He kept talking about it, but that's why we waited. Once she blessed us over the weekend of the gift card, we went to Walmart and we were like, yes, we're going to get the rolling pin, we're going to get the pie pan, and we're excited. So, anyways, take it away.
All right, we're gonna try. Okay, we're just gonna get
Freckle
this.
face, good to have you, Steph. Commander, wrong, Missy, Tweety.
All right, here
Don't
we
forget
go,
to hit
y'all.
the thumbs up. Thank you, Tweety.
I'll run down for the pie crust. I'll run down all the ingredients first, and then I'll
Oh, my Liz.
clue y'all in on incorporating it. Okay. All right, here
Thank
we go.
you, guys.
Here's our little bowl.
You guys, Commander pinned up at the top the links if anybody needs them. There's my email. There's everything from email, Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. Please, 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 if you have any questions, email me. I swear to you, it makes me. I was talking to Burke's Bunch 2 or 3 times today, and it
Okay.
makes me feel good when you guys do it.
All right. How are we doing?
All right, I shut
Are we good? We good?
Yeah.
We good? I'm gonna try to start here.
I will give you all the silence today because this is a very serious
Very.
thing. So I will not be doing a lot of talking, guys.
All right. We have. I'll run them all down for you. So it's 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We've got 2 tablespoons of sugar. We've got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And then we've got 3/4 a cup of shortening. Okay. And then we've got 1 egg. And then we've got 1 teaspoon of vinegar. All right. And then we'll use a little bit of water with that. That is what you need for the pie crust. So here we go. We're going to put in our 2 cups of all-purpose flour. First thing you do. I had 1.5 cups, and then I had a 1/2 cup there. So that's 2 cups. Then we got 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, just white sugar. Add that to it. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. All right, we're just gonna kind of incorporate that real quick. Did we get a whisk when we went there, or is it?
No, we still have the baby one.
We still got the baby one.
We did. We put it back.
We'll do the baby. So it works good. We're just gonna put this all together. Just mix it up. Incorporate everything for right now.
Pretty much taking the lumps out of the flour and the sugar.
Yeah, just
That's
mix it
mainly
all
what
up.
you're doing.
Incorporate all them dry ingredients. Okay, so we got that done. And then we're gonna put in our shortening and we're gonna cut that in. Okay, so all our dry ingredients are already in, and now we're gonna put in our lard, or our shortening. Alright, and we don't have one of them pie cutter inners, whatever they call it, I don't know what it is, but it cuts. It's like a big round thing that you got a handle on it, and then it's got like 6 blades on it that you just chop around in there, and then it cuts in all your stuff for making pie crust. It's like specifically for that, I
Those
believe.
are overrated.
So now I'm just gonna cut them in with a couple of knives. So we're just gonna like to cover that in a little bit of flour. Makes it easier to cut, but we're just gonna cut these up until they all become like pea size. Okay, it takes a little bit to do.
Make sure you guys are on live chat, guys.
This is what's gonna make your pie crust flaky. And I'm just taking them and doing this here. Just cutting them just like that. And it takes a little bit. You gotta, go find your big pieces and then keep cutting them smaller. And so they become little tiny pea-sized pieces. But like I said, we don't have one of those cutters to just, it makes it a whole lot easier to cut them in.
I think it'd be boring.
But just mix it up a little bit. When if they start, sticking together a little bit, the flour kind of lets them separate and stay separated. So we just keep cutting in. And I had once I got my 3/4 of a cup of the lard, or shortening, I should say. I put it in the refrigerator just to keep it kind of cool, and then I just took it out just before we started up. So we're getting them to about nickel size right now, but just keep cutting them up, stirring it around. You do want them pea size though. You don't want big old chunks of it. Try to get them the largest pieces the size of peas. So like I said, it takes a little bit, but as you can see, it is working. It just takes a little time. So scrape it off your little cutters here, our little makeshift cutters.
Ooh, should we tell them our little
What's that?
tip about when you do your apples to know how many you're gonna need?
Oh yeah. Go for it, baby. Let me continue this, and you can have the
Okay,
camera.
go ahead, I'll come over there.
I'm just putting the camera up so they can see you, see my beautiful wife.
Okay, so what we found over the time we've been together for a lot of years. So over the time we've been doing this, we will slice the apples. So we get about 5 apples. We use Granny Smith. You can use anything from Honeycrisp. In Michigan, we have a ton of apples. We have a ton. So we usually will use Granny Smith for this because that's what Joe likes. I like Honeycrisp or Granny Smith or mixing them together.
Honeycrisp are real good.
But we found that when you get your apple down in Texas, they're like ungodly. We literally got 5 apples and it was almost $7. But in Michigan, I swear you can get them for 99 cents a pound. I said all that to say, take enough apples home, peel them, cut them. You're going to want to cut them. I'll show you the thickness, but we put them in here before we did the pie. So that way we can see how high the apples are. You'll see if it's down here, I need to peel more and cut more. And you just, it gives you an idea. And this is a deeper pan. It's a little bit deeper, but whatever pie pan you have, use this.
However full you want that's how you just kind of buy enough apples to fill it up, and then if you need more, you just fill it up more. It's a great idea.
This is how thick we do them because that's what Joe likes. So we put all the apples in here on the bottom, and when we saw what 4 looked like,
While we're cutting them up. Yeah.
while we're cutting them up. So then we grabbed the other one, we peeled it, and we put it in here. So then it takes it just a little bit of a mound,
Yeah.
which is that's what Joe wants.
Yeah, and we saved one of the bigger apples just by doing that.
Yeah,
You know, I didn't make so many apples that it was too high. You know.
Yep, because I got
Good
2.
tip. That was awesome.
We got some apples for Joe set aside, and we knew what we were doing with it. I'm making apple fritter in a couple of days. So I brought those in a separate bag. That's kind of like how we had to shop to know what is what. So that way when we give you guys numbers of how much the eggs were this and how much this you spent on this meal, that's how I can give you an exact number. Like I spent $1.90 on 2 apples because I put them in a separate bag than what I had Joe's in. So when I did his, I said, you have 4 apples, and it was about like that. And he said, yeah, go for 1 more. And so it was just a tiny, but I said all that to say, get your pie plate, get an idea of how many you're gonna need, instead of when you are actually making it and you pour it and you're like, oh, I thought I was gonna have more
the recipe
apples than
called
that.
for this many, and it's like it didn't make that much.
Yeah.
It didn't make enough.
So that's
yeah.
all.
All right, so just another. This pie is not like all the other apple pies. I've never really enjoyed apple pies per se, because they're always way too sweet, and there's always way too much cinnamon. I mean, I like cinnamon, but usually pies have like tons of cinnamon, and they're like overly sweet. It doesn't even taste like apples anymore. It's more of just the texture of cooked apples with tons of sweetness. This one, with the Granny Smith apples, the Washington apples, it keeps a tartness to it, and we don't over sugar anything. So it really. I mean, that's where I've changed a few of the things on the recipe, where it's just not as sweet as a lot of the apple pies that you'll get. But we'll put you back down here, and we'll show you pea-sized little pieces of shortening in there. Okay, that's what you're looking for.
Oh, butterflies, thank you. That is you're amazing. Have a blessed night. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you again for the blessing that you sent us. It truly is a blessing, just the support you guys offer.
Okay, so all our dry ingredients are in, and our shortening is in. So now we're going to take this is 1 teaspoon of vinegar, and we're doing our wet stuff. We got 1 egg, large egg, and a little cup here. And what we do is we got to scramble our little egg. Okay, so 1 egg. And then we're gonna, what did I do with, right here. And we're just going to scramble that up, nice and smooth. All right, there's our egg. Just make sure it's scrambled up. Okay. Then you add your 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Okay, that goes in there. And then, what we got to do, baby? You ready to move this for me?
Yep.
All right, now,
What am I doing?
what you do is just so
Okay.
you can see this here.
Let me, I want to see it so that way I can see what I'm looking at.
Right. All right, now, you put this on a level surface.
Hold on,
and-
don't do it yet. I want to see
Okay.
what I'm looking at.
Okay. Oh, it's a little bit delayed.
Yeah, yeah. Nope, too high.
Down. Right there. Right there. Okay, you'll see it in a second. Okay. I know it's so blurry. Dang it, I can see it's blurry. But anyways, you use this, and then what you do is you put enough liquid water. You put enough water to make 1/3 of a cup. All right. When it gets to 1/3, you're done. And then you can, if you need to put more water in it, you put it in like a tablespoon or a teaspoon at a time.
Bring it back. I've just moved it close.
Okay. There you go. Oh yeah. But yeah, you just you make, so it's 1 egg, 1 large egg, scrambled, and then you put your 1 teaspoon of vinegar, white vinegar, and then you put enough water in there to equal 1/3 cup. Every time. It's the same every time.
Okay.
All right. Now, we're going to add it. We're going to add our mixture to our dry ingredients.
Do you want a rubber spatula? Take all that out?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I'm all about taking all that.
You go for it, baby doll.
That's all.
And now with my clean hands
Oh, Lord.
and warm heart.
You're so much. Smush y'all up out of here. In warm heart, mi amor. Mi amor. You ready, Daddy?
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna use that for something?
What's that?
You gonna use that for anything?
Yeah, I'm going to use the bowl
Okay, let me have that.
later. So now we're just going to start kind of mix it together. I'm not going to put my hands in there just quite yet, but I'm just going to incorporate everything a little bit with my little spatula. And then we're going to start kind of working it together. And you want it just to a point where it comes together and stays together. That's where you want it. You don't want to overwork it, because the more you work it, the more you melt your little shortening beads in there, your little pea-sized beads, and then it doesn't come out as flaky. So this is kind of crucial that you don't overwork it. So we're just going to start kind of pushing it together. And it seems really dry for a while, and then it'll come together, and it's not like real sticky and wet, you know, nothing like that. It just like right now it just looks so dry, but you just keep working it and incorporating that stuff. And like I said, if you need more water, if it stays too dry, then you add it in 1 teaspoon at a time, no more. You don't want it too wet. That's just not gonna work. So you just want it to get to a point where it all stays together. So as you can see, it's starting to do that now. Just got to incorporate all the
And the
all
water
the dry
is what
stuff.
temperature?
Just right out of the spigot, just room temperature. Don't matter. It's all good.
I would do cold so it doesn't melt your.
Yeah, you can do cold, but it's only like a couple of teaspoons of water, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not like you're putting half a cup of cold water in something. But now I'm just kind of pressing it on the drier stuff underneath to pick it up, and then making sure we got some kind of cohesion here. Take it off all the sides, and voila, we don't need any more water. Our dough is like staying together pretty good. There's the whole thing right there. We can work it a little bit more just to get it. The more you work it, the doughier it gets. So it will get doughier and doughier the more you work this. So you just want to get it just so it comes together. And we will divide that in half because we got to do a top and a bottom crust. So I'm going to cut this in half in here, and then we're just going to set these aside for a minute so we can do our filling. Get these about the same size. Let's see here. Yeah, it's pretty close. Got to get them. They need to be about the same size. The top one can be a little bit larger than the bottom one. So
Guys,
if you,
make sure
whichever
you guys
one's
hit that like, please.
yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, comment. But the larger one, just pick the largest one you think it is, and then that's the one you use for the top. Because it needs to, if you got a lot of apples, it needs to drape over it and hit the top edge of your pie pan. So there's the top and the bottom crust, just ready to get rolled out. So we're just going to set that aside for now, and then we're going to do our apples. Oh, we have the apples sitting in water so they don't get brown or anything. They've just been sitting here. You want to help me out, babe?
Yep.
We're going to drain them.
KCG, I thanked everybody. I showed everybody what you gave us, honey. The stuff that we got. I don't know if you left, but I showed everybody that we got a rolling pin, a pie pan, and some measuring cups. Thanks to KCG. Sorry.
All right.
What? Guys, so
we're
serious.
doing.
What?
We're
Make
doing.
me so nervous.
We're
We're draining.
Yes, we're draining.
Okay.
Yeah. You do
We
that.
cut them about an hour ago, but just soaked them in water, kept them like this.
So they don't get brown.
I put ice in it. I put ice in it because when I worked at Edible Arrangements,
I got this.
we prepped our fruits in ice cold water. So if they were going to be using
You
them.
can take that away
Okay.
for now.
Hold on, let me wipe that, dry that thing.
And we're just gonna take the water out of them, and we're gonna take and
Shake them and
shake
pat them
them, pat them dry,
and rub them down. Oh, no.
All right.
You guys, Joe did not know who the Yin Yang Twins are.
Yeah,
It
I
was
still don't
so
know who they are.
cute. One of my girlfriends was at the concert, and I was like, "Look at what people my age are out there doing." And then he's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh my God, that's the Yin Yang Twins." And he goes, "I don't know who
What's a
that
yin
is."
yang?
He said, "What's a Yin Yang?" I'm like,
Yin yang
"What?"
twin. Whatever.
KCG, thank you, Mama.
right.
This is from you, love. We got this, and then we got measuring cups. So thank you for the blessing, for the Walmart gift card. I don't care, y'all. I don't care if it's $5 or $10. We're gonna use it for the.
There's your thickness around there. Not too thin. You don't want a bunch of mush when you're done. So probably a good 1/4 inch around there. You don't want them too thin. You don't want them too thick either. You don't want hard pieces in there when everything, all the thin pieces are done.
Randy!
The hard ones won't be done. They'll be crunchy, and you don't want that. So we dried them off a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just trying to get as much moisture out as possible. And then we're gonna take and okay. There's our
Where
Granny
did you get
Smith's.
Something from
here's our
Granny
bowl.
Smith's
And what you take.
Oh, it goes to my P.O. box, honey. Did I get something in my P.O. box?
I don't know.
Liz, did you send something?
What it takes for now we're doing the filling, and I'm going to tell you what goes in the filling, and then we'll incorporate it just like we did with the same direction type of thing that we did, same method I should say that I did with the pie crust. So this is just for the filling. It's a 1/3 cup of honey. Okay. 2 tablespoons of butter. 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and then 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. That's what you see here. I got them all stacked here. So what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate all of this good stuff. I'm going to put this in the microwave for a couple seconds and melt it. It's got to be melted. So, but it's 2 tablespoons first. Measure out 2 tablespoons and then melt it, and then it goes in. And I don't want to overdo this, so I'm not gonna put anything else in there at the moment because this only takes a few seconds usually to get melted. But that's not bad. A little more. No, it's melting. Is it? Yes. So, in goes the honey.
Like me, honey?
Not like you, honey. That'd be way too sweet in there.
That's a good one.
Trying to get the brownie points, y'all. All right. Get all the honey out. Honey's expensive. Holy moly.
Yeah. But the one we got is supposedly good for, like, in Texas, people that have allergies. Mom, right? You told me that? If you use Texas honey, I guess it's so. If you use Texas honey, it like clears your chest up. Right, Mom? My mom said so. My mom says it's true.
Ancient Mexican secret.
No, it's not. It's a Texas legend. Freckleface, have you heard that? Texas honey clears like your congested chest.
Okay, we got the 1/3 cup of honey in. Now we're going with the cornstarch, sugar, cinnamon, and a little pinch of salt. Goes right in top of that. All right. There's that. That goes over there.
It's a lot of steps,
your
y'all.
melted butter right on top of that. So
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
not a whole lot of ingredients, but you just got to do it in the right order. You know, just incorporate it together, and then it's just
Oh, Liz. That's why it does, Joe.
what?
Liz said, always use your local honey to your area because the honey made in your area helps the body adjust to the allergens in your area.
Oh wow, yeah, because the bees get the pollen.
Cut it out! I have such smart friends.
Yeah, no
I would have
doubt.
never known that.
All right, and this is just to put all over your apples. That's all we're doing. Just made this up.
Freckleface is like, no, I never heard of that.
I never heard of it either, but it makes sense.
Freckleface. I love you, Freckleface. Freckleface on my side.
All right, we're just going to incorporate all this, get all the cornstarch broke down. And it
Right,
breaks down pretty
yeah.
easy. It doesn't get lumpy or anything because of the granulated sugar and stuff helps it kind of, break down. And so now we're going to use the same bowl. That's why I did it in this big bowl so I can put all my apples in with this, and then you just mix them up and coat them. So here we go with the apples. Just dump them on in. And we know we got the right amount of apples because we already measured it with our
Hey,
pie pan.
Cinderella.
And it'll sink down a little bit once it bakes off and everything gets soft. All the apples get soft. But I think like a whole teaspoon of cinnamon is just too much. Right now, it's got a hint. It'll have a hint of, you're going to almost taste the cinnamon. All right? That's kind of where you want it. That with, a whole teaspoon of cinnamon or more, I just can't see it. I don't think it's too much cinnamon is just too much. I think it ruins a pie. And too much sugar. There's only 2 tablespoons of sugar in this whole thing. Okay, it's not like loaded with a half a cup of sugar or something. But that's all you're doing is just coating them. That's all you want to do. You can see that there's cinnamon on all of them. There's I know we're blurry, but you can see the little speckles of cinnamon in there. And then that is your filling. That is it. The cornstarch will thicken it up for you. So when you pour these on there, you just pour it in the pie pan, and then the liquid on the bottom, you just pour all over the top, and you're good to go. So there's that. Now comes the nerve-wracking part.
Yeah, Joey.
Holy moly. This is rolling of the dough. And then we don't have a lot of space here, and we got like crevices everywhere.
Marissa, email me, babe.
Kind of hard to do in a small area when you're RVing it, but it's possible. It can be done. All right, so when you make these...
Sophie, welcome, babe.
Oh, you got
I'm
somebody?
sorry.
No, you're fine.
Sophie, yeah, I saw her a couple days ago. And welcome back, honey. Love having return. I don't want to say subs. I just feel so un who I am. But just having you come back, babe. Part of the family. Welcome back.
All right.
Go for it.
All right, for our 9-inch pan that we're gonna pie pan that we're gonna do, we need about 12 inches of crust. So around there, because it's gonna sink into the pan and it's gonna use up some of that diameter. So you got to make it bigger than your pie pan. All right, so here we go.
We're not nervous. Nobody's nervous. Anybody nervous? Please leave the channel. We're not nervous.
Here's the bottom one. Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
what to put it. So we're just gonna squash it down. I gotta put something
Everybody just
on my
calm
finger.
down. There's no need to get all worked up.
All right.
I mean, gee now.
All right, just spread it out with your fingers from the center out.
Hey, legally speaking,
All right. We got our-
welcome back, baby.
Should have, woulda, coulda. Gonna put some, down? Flour. So when you're rolling it out, it hopefully won't stick too bad because I'm gonna roll this up on the pin. You'll see in a little bit on the rolling pin. So just set it on there, and then we're gonna dust it a little bit on top, and then dust our rolling pin and start rolling. All right, here we go. Go from the middle out. Every way you go.
You guys, if you haven't heard, we are having our Friday night hang sesh. Commander will be an occasional guest because she's a busy woman with a busy life. But other than that,
Occasionally it'll
it's going to
stick. Just pop the dough back on there and continue on because it's no big deal.
Liz, me, Marissa, just a couple of things I was working on, some stuff today for it about the things that we're going to be covering, what we're going to be doing. You want me to move it, baby?
That's all right. I got it. There we go. A little bit. Cutting off some of it. You don't want to do a lot of this on the edges because it'll, you just got to try to go one way most of the time, just because it can stick and you don't want it to,
How have you
be a
been
pain in
lately?
the butt.
How's
It's already a
school
pain
going?
in the butt. But you want to all these you want the 12 inches to be within your cracked areas that are on the outskirts here. So we're gonna go try to go beyond the cracks. And if you got a crack, just take it over and put it in a different place if you need to fill in, and it'll fill in. It's no big deal.
And keep in mind, guys, this is just pie.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna taste good when it's in your panza. And we are gonna
And
do
keep
it.
anything that sticks to this. Try to keep it off there. If you feel anything, take it off because it'll make it stick.
Freckle face. We plan to do it every Friday. That's where we're kind of I was talking to a couple of people and their schedule doesn't allow them to do every Friday. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about at the first one is if everybody would rather us do every other Friday versus every Friday. In the fall, our Berkey will be here on a more regular basis, but with her being busy time for her with her her availability to YouTube right now, she can't commit to doing what we need her to do, so we're gonna wait for her till fall. And Commander's just a busy mama, so we don't want to take up any of her nights that if we don't have to. But for the most part, we would that's kind of like, Marissa is kind of in a whole nother time zone. So we want to make sure that it works with everybody. Go for it.
All right. What you do is you want to make sure that you're kind of in the ballpark. So just kind of put it around there. It's a little thin right over here. So you know what? I'm just going to go a little bit larger. I think this is a 9.5. That's a bigger pan and it's deeper. So we're going a little bit bigger than what we thought we had to go, but we're all good, man. Just take out your short side. And
One of my best friends kicked me off of her phone call list. So now I have to only talk to her when I see her in chats.
all right.
But Freckleface, if you could email me, just because I wanted to kind of get some of the mods' opinions about some stuff, if you don't mind. If you're busy, don't worry. It's not a big deal. But just wanted to kind of give you, get a couple of, I guess some people that have experience modding or talking or giving ideas on what they think about it.
All right. Here's the tricky part.
How did you know I was talking about humorous? Oh, sorry.
Around low battery, baby. We gotta hook you up.
I'll do it, Daddy. You work.
All right. You do it.
You work.
I'll
You work. How did you know I was talking about humorous?
Anyways,
Okay.
we got it rolled out
Okay.
pretty close to how big we need it. It's got to be fairly large, and it's got to be able to go about a 1/2 inch beyond how deep the pan is. It's got to go down to the bottom, up the side, and then over to this side so we can pinch everything together. So we're fairly close. We're gonna try it. We're gonna give it a go. I don't want to get it so thin that we can't pick it up. But you're just gonna take a little bit of more flour on there, spread it around lightly. You don't want to do anything crazy. And then we're just going to start rolling it on there and pulling it onto our rolling pin. Try not to make anything crack deep into it because it just makes it harder to do. But this is the nerve-wracking part. It's coming slowly but surely. You got to be very careful because it'll rip on you. It's no big deal. You can always patch it up. That's one good thing about the pie crust. You can always patch it up. And we're getting almost to the end. You go beyond it so everything lifts off your paper. Put your pie shell over here, close to here, and then you're just going to take it and roll it fairly. Oh, it ripped. It's all right. We're gonna redo that. It kind of stuck together right at the end, which is fine. You can always patch it and then re-roll it. Okay, there we go. We'll just patch it together. Things happen. This is why it's so nerve-wracking, but it's no big deal. You can patch this together and you'll never, ever, ever know. Okay, we're just gonna make sure that everything gets covered. I'm going to bring this around in here and let it sink down inside the pan. Okay. It's kind of just like I said, it's very nerve-wracking. Pick it up, push down lightly so it just falls down to the bottom. Okay. We're going to patch up our little hole here in a second. Probably don't even need that right now. We'll just take this and put it over that hole, and then you just put it together and you're fine. No big deal. It will work perfectly. Okay, doing this part is the most nerve-wracking part of all. And you just make sure you're flattened down and against your pie pan. We'll get the bottom first. Like I said, we patched it all up, and we're going to cut all the excess off the edges. And then we'll patch up all of our edges here, just like so. Push down everything so it's flat, and then we're going to cut off all of our excess in a moment.
No, be out of there, baby.
Okay, we'll take some of these. I'm going to cut this side off, and all I'm doing is pressing on there to cut all this off because I want a big piece right here to fill in our little hole. Just a little bit. All right. Woo! Very nerve-wracking, but it's all good now. We're all doing good. All right. I'm just gonna.
Want a knife?
Usually you can take a knife or
Okay,
whatever. Just take and like kind of slice down on it. You usually need about this pie shell, or the pan has got a 1/2-inch lip on it, and that's kind of where you want to be. If you have a smaller lip, you're going to want to cut it a little bit longer than the lip is, so you can roll it up underneath there and then pinch all the sides. So here we go. It's all patched up, looking pretty good, and then we're just pressing against it, kind of like this.
A knife.
And then no, this is perfect. You can use any utensil you want to on this one. Just slide it down the side, just like that, and it'll cut it off. And you're not pulling it up. You don't want to pull it up and rip anything else off and have to fix anything more. Unless you got to fix, less nerve-wracking. So there we go. We're fixed all the way around.
Hey, baby!
We got extra pie dough. We're going to put it with our other dough that's for the top of the pie. All right, put that in there.
Thank you for coming in, Nate.
And then you use all these little pieces and stuff, you roll them out, and then you can make leaves or like decorative things that you want to put on it, whatever you want to do. But the extra is for doing just that. So there we go. There's our bottom pie crust. Nerve-wracking, but it worked. Like I got a little spot right there. Just patch it up. It's no big deal. It's It's not like tortillas where when you're done, you're done. You can't hardly fix it. But there we go. We're all patched up. You'll never, ever know that happened, okay? So let's pinch them together. Okay, there's the bottom. So now what we got to do is put our filling in. All right. Very liquidy right now because the apples get liquidy. Make everything liquidy. All right. Get all our goodness out of this bowl. Pour it all over the top.
I feel so special. I had Nate and Diz,
Now we're just going to
Commander, all up in here.
get them all shoved down in there where they should be. Kind of need to fall into place. Give it a little shake here and there. Just try to get all the apples settled in. Because your top piece has got to go over here, and you don't want it like having a whole bunch of air spaces in there, and then when it sinks down, your top will be like having more air in between the apples and the crust, the top crust. So try to get them down in there as good as possible, but get them all inside this area here, so you can pinch everything together. Those are good.
Joe, shut up. Those are good.
Yep.
That's just all like shoving in our face.
All right, give it a little shake.
Like Thea said, she's always loved apple pie. She's always wondered how to make it from scratch. Yeah. Thea, now you know how. And you can always come back to the video. You guys.
We don't want any...
oh, sorry. I was just going to grab it.
Go ahead.
You guys.
You just don't want any poking ones up here, so snap them off, break them in half, whatever.
Okay.
So they're not
We
poking
got to give it a minute. Hold on, everybody. I'm sorry. Intermission time. Does everybody see the Marissa in the chat with the 2 S's? I love the other Marissa, but the other Marissa. That is my young lady niece. Today she made her very first bechamel cheese sauce. She called and she said, Bonnie, can you help me make cheese sauce so I can make macaroni for me and Chase? And I was like, I walked her through all the steps of melting the butter and then adding her flour and then add a little milk, blend it in, add a little more milk and blend it in. You guys, Joe, what did the sauce look like?
Oh, look, they did a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal.
We did it over the FaceTime.
Yes, she did. We did over FaceTime. You guys, that's what we want to do.
Here you go. See, no, not too many pointy. There's one that's pointing up right. Where is
Here.
it? Right there. It's
that's what we want to do for our
break 'em
members.
off, just so it's smooth. But here you go. That's what it's gonna look like.
Ooh, look at that.
Okay. And then we're gonna put a top on this one though.
A Dutch apple pie is like you put a crumble and stuff over the top.
Yeah.
But Joe loves doing the top crust. He must love making this crust. But anywho, you guys, it was just so proud that my daughter or my niece, she didn't get online and look up how to make it. Like I get a text at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and she's like, "Bonnie, how do you make your cheese sauce with the flour and everything in the pan?" I was so blessed, you guys. Like, I know, that's like, I was just proud. Like she did, like, not by any means like I'm Gordon Ramsay, but to be able to have somebody who has like, somebody just, it was just great. I like the patience to walk her through, like, how much do you how much butter do you have? Okay, add a little bit more flour, like move it around. You got to make sure you're doing this. When you add your milk, make sure you blend it up. But I was so proud, me and Joe, because he did some of it. I was, at the time, I was either modding for somebody. Oh, no, I was doing something that I was on I think I was talking to somebody about the channel, and we were just discussing something about the name, the name of it. I love Gordon Ramsay too. Joe thinks Gordon Ramsay's a little overrated, but he'll watch the shows. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Everybody give Marissa a round of applause. My little 17-year-old made her very first bechamel, and she made homemade macaroni and cheese. Woo! So proud. Okay. Daddy, we're waiting for you.
All right, here we go. Like, there's a lot to unfold.
I know, Daddy. My Thea wants to see it one more time. Oh my God, what would you do if I dropped this?
Oh, don't drop it, please.
My Thea, look at Thea. It looks so pretty, right, Thea?
All right.
What?
Oh my God.
Stop, you make me nervous.
All right, we're gonna make sure we flour the crap out of this bottom part, just because we don't want any stickage.
Good
and
job,
rippage.
Maricela.
Spread it all around. So make sure we don't want stickage. And it's hard not to do. And like parchment paper, when it comes off and it curls up, just take and put a crease in the sides or whatever all the way along, and then that rigidness will keep it straight. We'll do one over there and then one over here, and like right now it's curling up over here. So we just put a rigid crease in there, and now it sticks.
I love a
Now it
Dutch
sticks.
apple topping
It's
too,
all down.
Marissa. I mean,
Alright.
Commander.
Okay. Next one, the same thing.
You did
Take
great,
this.
Mama. What do you mean you tried? You did well.
And I put them extra pieces in with this. So I'm gonna just kind of work it a little bit. And then squish it down, just like the other one, squish it out. Like I say, it's crumbly to the point where when you know it's got cracked edges and stuff, but you don't want it really any like wetter than that, because then you might as well go get that pie crust that's in a box, because then it'll be dense and not as flaky and overworked. So, but it's a good product if you're in a hurry and you don't want to do it. This is hard to do. It takes a little while. It takes patience. It takes you get all nerved up and you want to do it right. But trying to scrunch in the sides a little bit, try to give ourselves a heads up on cracking. Take all the little pieces of dough that are on your rolling pin off. Always got to keep that off there, because it'll, when you get it to the size you want, when it's thin, it sticks to all those little pieces that you.
Anybody coming in, guys? There's a link up at the top that has our Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. If you're able to bless the channel by any means, we would greatly appreciate it. Just putting back into the channel what we do. It would be awesome if you could. If you have any questions, please email me. I love to read your guys' thoughts. Believe it or not, you guys, Sunflower emailed me just to show me a picture of her quesadilla. And do you know what I did? I ran to the bedroom.
Bailey,
Hey.
the dog, they got dogs out over there, right in our yard.
Hey, stop. Hey. Missy. Maybe you shouldn't be up there looking out that window. How about that?
Yeah, maybe you're not supposed to be up there, doggy.
You're not supposed to be up there.
All right, we're gonna
Come here, girls.
redust every so often, and you'll
Come on,
save
honey.
yourself some trouble. And you put some pressure on here, and then lighten up on the outside so it doesn't stick as much. There's a piece of stuff right there.
But thank you guys for everything and allowing us to be here, be present. I love that we have Joe has the same hunger and desire to Baby and Novi, come now. Come on. No. Hey, one more time I call you. No, ma'am. Good girl. Wow, I said one more time and Bailey jumped in here. What a good
"Okay, I
girl
got you,
you are,
Mama."
baby. You came down and listened to Mama. You get a treat. You get a treat. Thank you, girls, for listening to Mama. Mama loves it when you listen. You gotta sit, sissy. Sit. No, ma'am. You gotta... Oh, that's a good one, baby. Novi. What do you say, no, baby? One more.
You got it.
Nope.
She's trying to make him say, "I love you."
Good
There she
girl.
goes.
I love you. I love you. Good girl. One more, that's it. I love you. Nope.
If you feel that you're doing it a lot of rolls
Go, guys.
before it
ready.
sticks,
Get upstairs.
put some more flour on there to make sure you don't stick on these
Thank you
edges.
for
It
listening to Mama.
just makes it a little rougher. That's
Thank
all.
you for listening.
All right.
I just wanted to give him a treat.
Now I'm
for
gonna
being
patch up
obedient.
some of my cracks on the edges, just so when I roll this up, it won't. Can you give me a knife?
The people are like, good grief, it's
Here.
barely, we can barely hear Joe as it is. Now you have him barking.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Take it off the edge of the paper, fill in where I want, press that down in there. Any of the cracks that are gonna give me problems.
JC! Oh, Sophie, you gotta make it if it's your favorite. See, I would do that too, Commander. I would do,
Just
use
like you
second,
just patched with.
I would use the crust to do
And then-
2 bottom pies, and then put a Dutch crumb on top. 1, so I get 2 pies out of it. But 2, truthfully, having 2 crusts like this, it actually allows you to taste the flakiness of it, I guess, because it's not that you can't if you make a Dutch, but
gonna try
the
to
crumb over
Save
it.
myself some problems by taking off some of these edges that may rip more.
The
making it
crumb
smoother.
is a little bit more crumbly that it would take away from the flaky. So when it's flaky like this and having it on top and bottom, oh, and then the part along the back of it, shoot doggy. It's aight. It's aight. It's beautiful. I'm lying to y'all.
Extra
It's
pieces.
pretty great.
We're gonna have extra dough when we're done.
Four.
When we cut it off, and then we're gonna
Four?
so we can make little.
Say it, Joe.
So we can make little,
A little. Daddy, say it.
leaves and things.
Yes. He's gonna show you guys how to make the leaves. I know, y'all. I know. I showed the picture I posted was literally his pie. Oh, sorry, y'all. Check that out. Check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, just gotta be careful during this. You see it start ripping, you just pull it off the paper, best you can.
Can I help?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
Not at the moment. It's kind of a. Oh, I gotta pull this whole thing.
I know. A better rolling
Yeah.
pin would have been better. Huh,
No.
Daddy?
The rolling pin's fine. A longer one.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But those are like $20.
I know. I
Like,
know.
instead of a $5 one, you got $20 into a rolling pin. It's like crazy.
It's okay.
But it's all.
It all does the
it's all gonna
same.
be good. It's all gonna be good.
Just a little bit more work in these.
Yeah. Okay. Where's the pie?
Hey, go run.
Here's the pie, and we're gonna try to roll this, go beyond it, and then just start letting it roll out. Hey, get that edge for
Yep.
me. Let it drop. Just put it with your finger, baby.
I'm scared too. Wait.
All over. All over.
Wait.
All right.
Oh. Wait. Just hold on. Just hold your pantyhose.
All right. And there's the top. Boom, ba boom.
Boom, boom.
Now we're just gonna kind of pat that down on the edges so it stays there, and then we're gonna cut off the sides. Okay.
Leave
Down.
yourself a little if you want to.
Always go down
Why not up?
because it'll flip it up and rip it. We've already been ripped enough.
Always go down. Do it with a
Not
knife, guys.
side- yeah, not
don't
sideways.
use this because this has a tendency to not have as sharp,
Yeah.
obviously.
And you don't want to do this with it because it'll just pull it and rip everything up to pieces. You always want to just do small parts and go down. Just push it against the glass and then just kind of on an angle, not like, whatever, but on a kind of an angle, and then just hit down. Or
Let me
you'll
get
just,
close.
if you pull
Let
it,
me put them close.
you're right there. You're good. And then if you were to pull it like this, it wants to.
It's yanking it.
It yanks everything. So just go down. Take your time.
You're on the home stretch. Take your
Yeah.
time. Take
Yeah.
all the time you want
All
here.
right, and all these other little pieces that are out here,
What are you gonna do with them?
we're gonna re-roll it and.
We're from Michigan, guys, so certain things mean something in Michigan.
All right, she wants me to do this.
Oh, what? Okay, I think it's cool. So now you guys will know. It's like,
They're just these don't have to be. You can if you overwork this part now, it's like no big deal because it's just extra stuff that you're gonna put on there.
he's
So,
making a leaf.
so I'm just gonna get it so it stays together. Get flatten this stuff out. Okay. We just don't care what the shape is at this point. We just need some dough flattened out.
Because it's just going to sit up there, you guys.
Yeah, it's just gonna sit on there. Same rules apply for sticking. You gotta dust it and take off your bits that stick to this. If you do too many rolls, it'll start sticking without dusting it in between. Okay, we just, like I said, we just want something.
And you don't have to do this part.
Yeah, this is just
This
extra
is
stuff.
just...
So we got some stuff, and then now we're just going to,
Can you see it? I can move it.
we're just gonna take and make some leaves. Okay,
Hold on.
can you see them?
Is there another light? Nope, that's all.
Oh, it's everything's on. I gotta replace that one.
Hold
Anyways.
on.
It's all good.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
It's all good.
Just wait. There you go.
Yeah.
Spotlight.
There's one leaf, and then you just try a little yin and yang there. So no big deal. But what you do is you take the back of your knife after you get it cut out, and then you'll make the kind of, you don't go all the way through. You just make an indentation where the leaf has the stem in the middle, or
The vein.
the vein in the middle.
So you do it gently at the back.
Yeah, you don't
so
go
that
all the way
way
through.
it's
and
just,
then you just, you can make your little. Don't have to be super fancy.
you made a maple leaf last time?
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
how's he
all right.
going to make a maple leaf?
Just just make leaves. Just curve it around, and then do one of those numbers. All right. We'll make one more, then we'll be done. Okay. And then you just take the back of your knife, make little indentions, just to. There we go. You have leaves, and then we're just gonna separate all this stuff away
Do you
from
want me
it.
to give you a thing to pick it up with? Pastry thing?
Yeah, if you got something.
It might be a little easier to pull it up.
Yeah. Just let me get all this stuff out of here first. Put it away.
All right, they saw that. I'm going to turn it off
All
now.
right. Yep, you're good. There's little 4 leaves, and then you can just. Oh yeah, this is just
Thank you.
pull them up, and there you go. Little leaves. Okay, we're just gonna put them all over the pie.
Aw,
right.
I love that freckle
So
face.
let's put these
Thank you
aside,
so much
get cleaned
for
up a little bit,
sharing
and then
it.
move on.
Yeah.
We're just about done, y'all.
As
But
are the
there's more stuff to
treats.
do. There's more stuff to do. All right, let me clean all this up.
Thank you for sharing your memories, freckle face. I appreciate you sharing that.
Set that over there. Bowls out of the way. Get all this out of here.
They said it's so satisfying to watch you like growing like that.
Yeah.
We want Joe to start. We talked to a couple people.
All right.
To start a channel where he's drawing or sketching the when he draws.
Pie. All right, we're gonna put you up a little bit higher, and then go down on the pie. Here.
Right now we're not looking at anything.
All right, you should be.
Maybe. Oh yeah, we're good.
All right, so there's pie,
Yeah.
and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna flute the edges. So we're just gonna pick up both of the, and then we're just gonna roll it under a little bit. Okay, just pick both of them up, then roll it under. Pick them up just barely, and then roll them under.
I was gonna take
Roll
the
under.
extra flour.
Okay, we're just rolling it under right now. We're not fluting anything just at the moment. We're just pinching off the edges. So we're lifting both of them up, and then rolling the top underneath the other.
Who even knows that's called fluting?
I think it's fluting.
I love you. I think it's called
Yeah.
fluting.
And the way you roll them under is you kind of pick them up, and then you just kind of push, so it bubbles up, and then you can just kind of pinch and then push back down, like so. Okay, we're just closing up the edges, so they're pinched together, and it's all one happy little pie. And then we're gonna take and do it very simply when we do the edges. We're not gonna do nothing super fancy.
Wow, it looks pretty once you do it, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that looks so fancy. I never noticed that. I never noticed that. Look at that. I wanted you to show them like what it looked like before. Look at how it looks finished now. You guys watch your little shells.
It's not quite done, but
No, but it looks. Look at how the ends look. See how it looks very. Hold it up like this.
Yeah.
See how it looks so finished, you guys. Look at that.
Oh, all the stuff's
Oh,
on
sorry. My bad.
That's my wife, and that's me together. That's what we do.
It's a no judging zone. I don't mind he spilled it and just because he was trying to.
We're gonna go back that way.
No, to put that down.
Put it all back. It's all on one side right now. Holy shit.
I love you.
All right. So now we're gonna take and get this in there. So, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just going
I
to
didn't even notice.
take my fingers and leave a little gap in between, and then I'm going to pinch this one and pinch in like that,
Burks, you're gonna be a baker, Mama.
and just keep that pinched. You just pinch this side and then pinch and roll that one. Put your finger there, pinch and roll, and keep this kind of to make a little wave there. Pinch, not too hard, just keep it together. Pinch this one and then twist in. Just twist in a little bit. Like this. Okay. And it closes it up. It serves a couple purposes. One is to close up the end even more, the edges, and then just to make it look fairly decent. Make it look nice. It's not going to be perfect. So like I say, pinch, kind of push it with your thumb, pinch in there, keep it right there, then you take this one, pinch it, and then slide your finger in. You're only twisting one side, the other one's just holding it. It's just a simple and quick way to do this. There you go. There's your edge all the way around. Okay? And now there's couple more steps, and we're going to do one step first, and then we're going to put our little leaves on there. All right, here we go. Next step. 1 egg. Okay. Put it in a cup. We're going to scramble it up in there. Okay, let me scramble that real quick. It's just for an egg wash now. This is just to make it nice and golden brown when it's baking. Okay. So we just mix that up. I got a little brush here, and we're going to cover this whole pie. And this will make the leaves stick on here too by doing it first before you put the leaves on. And you just do around all the edges, the whole pie. Just make sure it gets all egg on it everywhere. Okay. This will take a little bit. Let me get this finished here. Get all the edges all the way around the outside and then all over the top. Very gently, just kind of drag it across. You don't want to get all crazy with it. You'll rip it again. So just barely run it across there. Just happy eggs. Happy. All right. As we get this done. Okay. Now, we're all covered with egg wash all the way around the edges. Looks good, nice and shiny. All right. Now, we're just going to lay these just to be all... There you go. There's your little, now they'll stick in there pretty good. All right, just make it fancy. Little fancy. No big deal. And then when you're done with your egg wash,
Sorry. 7297874.
okay, now they're stuck on there good. Now, what you want to do is you take your knife, you want to make some holes, some breathing holes, and I'm just going to go in between them, make them fairly decent size. Twist your knife, or here we'll do this one, so you can see it, and poke it in, and then twist your knife, kind of like that, just to open it up. Okay, we're going to do crisscross in the middle, just nice little hole. Then we're going to do some on, and then we'll go 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, just alright, there we go. Alrighty then, now we're all ventilated. Now the next step, we're not quite done, we're almost there.
Sorry, guys.
Sugar.
It's it's a really good recipe. Just know that.
Take your sugar, take a pinch of it, and then just start putting it all over the pie. Just sprinkle it all over.
Look at how pretty it looks.
Okay. So you want a nice sweetness on top. It'll put a crust. It'll make it kind of crunchy on top a little bit, because it'll.
You guys are gonna make this at home. Take it to your next family gathering, and they're gonna think that you. Oh, we didn't even start the thing, baby.
That's all right.
Oh, because we're gonna have to put it back on.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Now, when it takes 1 hour to bake this pie, so it's 1 hour, but for the first half hour, this is what you do. Because if you just left it in there like this edge will get dark brown, and it'll be like, crumbly and burnt. It'll be very crumbly, and it'll be hard, and you don't want to do that. So for the first half an hour, they make things for this, but for the first half hour, you're just going to get some
They
baking.
make things for this.
They do. They do. And we're just going to, it's kind of tough to do, but.
This is a no judge zone.
Yeah. But you just get some strips of aluminum foil, and you kind of shape them kind of curvy. And you don't need them that too wide. We're gonna fold this so it's about
rings, guys.
so it's about an inch wide. So because we want to put it around there, and then kind of shape it so it'll be a little bit easier to do. And then you just take this and you just kind of lay it on there, shape it, kind of pinch it a little bit. You don't want to go totally into the pie too much, but you just kind of lay it on the top. It's a little painstaking, but it will save your pie. It will save your pie, man.
I love you.
And then we're going to make this about an inch wide again. We've got 3 pieces. Just to, and then I'm going to take and kind of curve it around my finger. Okay, so it goes, so it'll be easier to pinch on there. Okay. And then go around this way. Looks all right?
Yeah.
You need help?
No, okay.
You okay? Sure?
Yeah.
You're,
It's just heavy.
I'll help you, babe. Hold on. So just cover the edges. Anything that sticks up. Like I say, it's a little painstaking when you have to make it yourself. They make little rings that you can buy them. They're like metal rings, but this works. It's just a thing you do, and it helps with your end results tremendously.
The end result is what you're going an extra mile right now for.
Yes, extra mile on this. Definitely.
Because after all that work, do you want it to be out of it's not even, who cares? We'll just stick it in there like that. Like for real, you went through all that work.
Yeah, this will fall off sometimes, and it just kind of gets crazy. But it looks a little rough, but that's what you want to do. And then for the first half hour, you keep them on there. Once 30 minutes goes by, open it up, take this foil off, put it back in, and let it finish for another half hour, and you're done.
Look at how pretty it looks, you guys. I know you guys. I'm sorry that it's blurry, but
there you
look
go.
at how pretty it looks.
Yeah.
Nice and shiny and
It's all shiny, man. All right. Then we just pop it in the oven. Hour from now, we'll have pie, but we gotta warm up the oven. We didn't start it
yeah,
yet.
but it's gonna be an
About
hour.
an hour and a half, something like that. We'll be done.
If anybody's up or anything, we might do it as a video or a live, but we like to do the tink with you guys. It feels like we came this far with you guys.
So what time is it right now?
Ay, cabrón, I think it's 9.
9?
So we'll stick it in there at 8:55. It's 8:54.
So 9 o'clock.
We'll check it about.
We'll be around 10:30. Once, because we got to warm up. The oven's got to be preheated to.
Yeah, so we'll go in at 9. So about 10:15, we'll start checking it. I'll schedule a live just so we can do tink. I love doing the tink with y'all.
Yeah.
So we'll just do it. Whoever's here is here.
So that was very nerve-wracking.
I
for
know.
Me.
You can only imagine.
Yeah, just the the ripping of the pie is always
All eyes on you.
nerve-wracking.
Okay, guys, that's it. We're gonna stick it in the oven, but you guys can do this. I swear, you guys can do this. I mean, I don't know if I could do it.
Sometimes you can make like little apples and smaller leaves. I just wanted to do some demonstration for you. It'll look really nice when it's done, even though we just put 4 leaves on there.
You guys, the
It's
one
just
that
a little extra if you want to do it.
the one that Joe did when we were in, he did a maple leaf instead.
Is that the one that you showed?
That's the one I had on the thing. What's that thing called?
I don't know.
On the thumbnail.
The
The thumbnail has the actual one he did. It's beautiful, but you guys, he did these and like you could have done it with 3 leaves. You could do it with just 2 leaves.
Yeah, 3 leaves probably even look better.
You think so?
It's all right. It'll look fine.
I think it was pretty. Okay, guys, we're gonna head out. Ooh, that looks good, you guys. That's my coffee cake. That's my coffee, sour cream coffee cake. That looks so good.
That sour cream coffee cake, bomb. It's so good.
That's the peach cobbler. You guys stop it. Okay, anyways, I love you guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna, I just wanted you guys to see it, but I'm sure you guys saw it. It's on the thumbnail that you guys came in on.
But thanks for hanging with me and getting through all of that. It was a lot to unload, a lot to unfold. But
It's worth it.
it's worth doing because that crust is freaking awesome.
It is.
It's the best crust.
Oh, you did a different, like,
Yeah, it's a little, almost the same.
almost same.
I put a little star on the middle
Yeah.
for Texas or whatever. But there it is. Yeah.
All right, guys.
But that's gonna be our pie.
All right, we love you guys. We'll go live when it's done,
Yep.
and we'll do the tink. If anybody's up for it, y'all are up. If anybody's not, you're not. It's okay. Don't worry about it, you guys.
Thanks for hanging with
Promise.
this nervous mess. Telling you, man, it was
Yes.
very nerve-wracking.
Yes.
That pie
Yes.
crust is always, it's always,
Yes. We'll see you later, guys. Pups are somewhere. Baby
It's
girls,
tricky.
are they over there?
oh, yeah, they're up there. You want them to come down?
Hey, Novi. I hate to bother him, but you guys, hit the like if you guys could. If you guys able to bless us, bless us. If you're not able to do the financial blessing, do it in the. I don't know how to say it. Like or check.
Like, comments, check it
Yeah, I
out.
was trying to think of it. Is it or you check
Spread
it?
the love, man.
Yeah, share it for somebody who wants
Share
an
it.
apple pie recipe. Okay, watch out, Daddy, so we can share the pupas.
It's gonna be worth it, y'all. You make this pie,
Bell,
it'll
bell.
be the bomb.
Okay, watch out, Daddy. Watch out. Look at his whole apron. There's the babies.
Do I look like I was baking? Yeah.
You do. Baby Novi. Mama loves you. Oh, look at the little ojitos. Anyways, if you guys can bless us, great. If not, or if you can, great. If you guys just thank you for sticking
Love
and
that
send it. Yeah. There's me.
I should have some on my face.
The flower. How do you know you don't?
Do I?
No. We love you guys. Sorry, y'all. We love you guys. We'll see you guys later, alligators.
See you later, guys.
We'll do the actual tinkety tink.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a
Best
blessed night,
apple pie you'll
everybody.
ever have. I'm just putting it out there.
Yes, it is.
Putting it
pretty
out
good.
there.
It's
It's
pretty
a
good.
bold statement, but that is awesome.
Love you guys. You good? You good, baby?
We're good. I'm We're out.
All right, bye.
I'm tired of standing like this going, hey.
Bye, you weirdo.